This video is for people who are trying to paint faces, who want to paint faces, but nothing really works out, nothing good comes out, and you don't feel satisfied with the quality of your work, of your paintings. And I used to have this exact same problem. This used to happen to me a lot. I would try to paint faces. I really wanted to paint faces, but it was just terrible. Like, you can see some examples of my previous work here when I was a beginner. And it took me a while to realize the answers. So in this video, I'll give you like a little shortcut, and I give you my word that you're going to improve painting faces after you finish watching this video if you follow the steps that I say. So I'm gonna start painting this portrait right here. And as you can see, as you might have noticed, I'm not using the entire canvas. I'm painting on a small portion. I'm doing these little thumbnails. These are called thumbnails, by the way. So we're gonna be doing these thumbnails. This is like the premise of this video. And I know this looks like a simple exercise. Yeah, right? You might think, yeah, simple. It is an absolute game changer. Trust me. I want you to trust me on this. This is insanely useful, especially if you feel like you're getting way too caught up on detail. And if you feel like you're overcomplicating yourself. I promise, if you're struggling faces with painting faces, or painting anything for that matter, but I want to focus on faces because this is like my personal thing that I've personally struggled with before, and I want to show you how, to overcome this specifically. And as you can see, like, the painting is too far away. I'm not even zooming in or anything. It's very far away. I can't paint detail. I can only, like, you can clearly see the brush strokes, the shapes. I can't paint the eyes. I can, I can just paint the shapes that I see, but I can't really paint stuff. I didn't paint, like, if you look at the facial features, I tried painting the nose and the lips, the eyes, but I'm not really painting the eyes or the nose or the lip. Do you understand? So I'm painting the shapes that I see. I'm painting the light and the dark. I'm painting the lightness, but I'm not painting the facial features themselves. So this is actually the best way you can ever approach a painting. And this is the way you do it. And you might think, oh yeah, but I want to do actual paintings. I want to be able to paint stuff big in a big canvas. This is the exact same method that the way I do it. For example, you start very simple. Here I'm going to paint another face. This is using the exact same method. So yeah, very far away. You start very simple, and you paint the shapes that you see. And of course, you paint. You try to match the values and make it accurate. And the idea here is that since you can't really focus on detail, you can't focus on the little detail. It forces you to see the shapes instead. This is like, if you're having trouble simplifying your paintings, this will simplify everything without you having to do anything, right? As long as you don't zoom in, of course, you have to keep like, this is the entire screen. You're seeing my entire screen right now, and I'm painting at this exact distance, from the canvas. So very tiny. I recommend you doing this exercise like small enough. The canvas has to be small enough that it's a bit annoying. That it's kind of annoying, and you say, "Oh, I really want to zoom in," but no, you don't. You keep it like this. Trust me. The more annoying, the better. And yeah, you can play around with it. Like, you can make it super tiny. You can make it smaller than you normally do. Also, notice that I didn't make a sketch as well. If I was gonna make a big painting, like using the entire screen, the entire canvas, I would have probably made a sketch. But here I didn't make a sketch because it's not needed. Like, I can easily, like, freestyle this painting because I can focus on the shapes instead. So it's not needed for me to do a whole lot of planning. And this also take no time, literally. Like, each one of these took me like 10 minutes. Each painting, probably a little bit more, like, give or take. But yeah, you're almost watching it in real time, I guess. So really, I really recommend, especially if you're a beginner, this is the way you have to approach them, right? I wasted years. Well, I wouldn't say wasted, but I spent years doing like normal paintings, trying to, draw the facial features. Don't do that shit. Just focus on doing the shapes. Do this. Like, if you're a beginner and you're just getting started in digital painting, which is great, please, I'm begging you. You have to trust me on this, right? If you're just starting out, do these studies from now on. Don't even bother using the entire screen and painting, drawing very big. Of course, drawing is like a separate thing from painting, but don't worry on painting big. The smaller you can paint, the better. I promise. I promise you. This is also gonna, weirdly enough, it's gonna make it simple for use when it comes to selecting your colors as well, making color decisions. And so it's kind of weird. You can see that even though I didn't paint the details, we're moving on to more portraits. So yeah, I wanted to do a bunch more, and I normally don't have a lot of art energy. I could probably make one painting a day, one like big painting a day after I get like burnout. But with these thumbnails, because they don't take long, they take like 10 to 20 minutes. You can do many. You can do as many as you want, and it's not gonna burn you out. It's not gonna get you tired or anything. You're not gonna run out of energy. So you're seeing me doing here like the exact same thing, right? I'm just focusing on shapes. I'm not using a fancy brush. I'm using a round brush, very basic. Probably using the most default brush you can find out there. The opacity is important, by the way. You want to have opacity. So yeah, man, honestly, just paint smaller. You want to paint small, very, very small, very tiny. Like, it doesn't even matter if you're not a beginner, man. If you're a beginner, that's great. Absolutely do this. Start doing this from now on. Don't look back. But if you're struggling anyways, because if you're a bit more advanced, chances are you're still getting way too caught up on detail and stuff, and you have to dial it down a little bit. So this is a great, amazing exercise. This is a 10 out of 10 exercise. So yeah, start doing this. What else can I say about this? So yeah, I'm not really making a schedule. Like, oh yeah, you can do this with any photo you want. Like, what I like about studying this way, about doing these thumbnails, is that it doesn't matter what you paint. It doesn't matter like the photo you use. You can always simplify. You can always break it down. So keep this in mind always. There's not a photo that is too complex that you can't simplify by making a thumbnail. So think of I don't know, like a very complicated photo that you think there's no way on earth I could ever paint this. If you make a thumbnail, now it becomes like at least 20 times easier, right? 20 times easier. Like, of course, that's kind of proportional to how smaller you make it. So if you make it super, super tiny, you can, it's going to be a whole lot easier. So start doing this. You can see how easy, here I'm making another, painting from another photo. This also a face. Here's another photo that I always, these photos I found all of this on Pinterest, by the way. So yeah, I don't think too much about it. And another thing, this is a very good exercise to practice your color as well. So don't color pick from the photo, like the reference, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not color picking from the reference, just in case. I'm constantly picking my colors on the color wheel. And I'm making my own color decisions, trying to get closer to it, or exaggerating a bunch of colors and stuff. And yes, you can simplify anything. Like, even the most complicated photo reference, whatever, it can be like an entire city, the photo of an entire city. You can simplify it if you make a thumbnail. So start making these damn thumbnails. It's gonna save your life, I promise. And also, if you got to this far of the video, you absolutely want to improve your paintings, and you obviously want to improve, and you're really, really into painting. So I have a paid community, which is it's a Discord server where I give you personalized feedback and critique to your work. And you also have like a bunch of video classes. You can interact with me, with the community. You also have video classes with me. And I'm actually even surprised of how quick the people who joined here have improved, just from the feedback that I gave to them. Because like the idea is that, okay, you show me your work and I give you like my mind, I grab you by the hand and I tell you like the steps to follow to get to the point that you want. And the people who have followed my advice have gotten so much results in so little amount of time. And it's like right now it's super cheap, so I recommend you join if you can, before I start to increase the price once a bunch more people join. And yeah, I also have like video classes that I'm making. Like everything is on art, digital painting, so check it out. It's really useful. And here I'm painting another face. Like, don't ask me why all these girls are like smoking. Those are just random pictures I had saved on my computer, and they happen to be smoking. Like I just feel like the lighting. There's something very appealing about this type of lighting, where it's in flash, like the person is in flash, and it's like a dark background. I also painted the little mech on the right. That wasn't very good, but you can just see how if you make it small enough. I probably should make it smaller, but if you make it small enough, you can simplify anything. Like I added like that little mech to show you like that you can literally do anything you want. It doesn't have to be a face. You can simplify it, as I said, an entire fucking city if you want. Or you can simplify. You can do this type of studies with other people's art as well. You do studies of other people, maybe like Karl Kapinski, and you see his paintings, and the guy is absolutely insane with the amount of detail. But since I assume you're not yet at the level of being able to paint such little details everywhere in a controlled fashion, then this exercise is absolutely a must. You have to do this exercise, absolutely. So yeah, I'm finished to render this face right here. This last face was giving me a little bit of trouble, but yeah, as long as I focus on the values and the shapes, everything works out. I don't even draw the eyes. I can't paint the eyes. I can't detail anything. The only thing I have is whether the place that I'm painting is dark or light. Whether the nose is dark or light, sketching light or is in shadow. Those are the things I focus on. So I really recommend you do the same. Trust me. And when you apply these concepts that you're doing here to your actual paintings, like to your big canvas paintings, when you're using the entire screen, it's gonna be so much better. Like, just gonna make you a whole lot better artist. I promise. I guarantee you. So this was all for the video. You can see the little thumbnails that I did here on the screen. So if you're interested in the community and you want to get feedback from me, top link in the description. Goodbye.